All right. Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court. I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights: to the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you're currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date. Lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make during this proceeding shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Okay. Let's begin with the ladies. Is there anyone that we need to call out of order?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Carr. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of battery and one count of cruelty to children in the third degree. Your bond is going to be set at $5,000 for the battery charge and $3,000 for the cruelty to children in third degree. for a total bond of $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You said yes?
Yes.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. There's also going to be a stay away. Provision on this bond, and it's hard to read the officer's handwriting, but it looks like Mustadi
Yes, sir.
Holland,
Yes, sir.
your husband. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Sarah?
Well,
Ma'am, you're charged with one count of driving under the influence of alcohol, one count of driving on the wrong side of the road. Your bond has been set on the DUI charge at $2,000. And the bond has been set on the wrong side of the road, driving on the wrong side of the road at $500. So that's a total bond of $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, free to go back.
Or
Ms. Ford, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass and one count of criminal damage to property. You're gonna have a $5,000 bond set on the criminal trespass, and you're gonna have a $5,000 bond set on the criminal trespass damage to property for a total bond of $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Of $10,000,
Yes, ma'am.
the full amount, or can it be like?
You can go through a bonding company where they'll charge you a fee. It's usually about 10% of the bond, 10 to 12% of the bond. You
Okay.
can post the whole amount, or if you have property that has at least 3 times the equity of the bond, you can use the property.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, ma'am, for a Gregory Dean and a Terrence Henderson. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I don't know who a Terrence Henderson is.
Okay. So you have 2 warrants. One was written in 2017 and one was written in 2021. The one in 2021 alleges that you took a frying pan and struck the front windshield of a vehicle, causing it to shatter. And also, I think it said struck like the headlight in the driver's side door. And the allegation is that this took place on February 27th of this year, as to Mr. Henderson.
Okay, well, yes, sir. I'll just stay away from Terrence Henderson.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Johnson,
Ms. Johnson, you're charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act in possession of THC gummies. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back and I apologize. On weekends, officers need warrants, well, holidays and weekends. So ma'am, you're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning because it's a felony offense. Can I inform you of the bond amount?
No, sir.
Okay, the bond amount is going to be $5,000. Can you pay that amount?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Are you Miss Karma? Ma'am, you're charged with four counts of aggravated assault. One count of cruelty to children is third degree. Bond is going to be denied on the aggravated assault charges at this time. And there's going to be a $5,000 bond set on the cruelty to children in the third degree. I am going to set a preliminary hearing date for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. I'm going to also set a bond hearing date for October 29th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, but I also want to look at and see if it's any days sooner. I have a baby that needs it. Is there any sooner date that you can possibly see that you can set?
Okay. I am going to appoint a lawyer to represent you, but I could not understand what you said. Can you restate that?
Is there any possible way you can set a date sooner? I have a little baby that really needs me. Is there any way you can set the date sooner?
No, the dates are set in advance. So I can't move it up or back or any of that kind of stuff. The thing that concerned me, ma'am, is the allegation of discharging a firearm.
Well,
So that's primarily the reason why I am denying the bond.
Can I ask you a question legally? Is Georgia a state of stand your ground? And I know that you see that address was my property. I know that you're saying that the address was where I was staying at without really going into depth about my situation based on the law of standing on grounds. And on top of that, the police found my firearm in their possession and they haven't been locked up without really going into depth about my case. Can you take that in consideration?
And I'm having a hard time, ma'am, take a breath, please, because I have to understand you. Okay. The discharging of a firearm can easily turn into murder. And the purpose or the reason behind your discharging the firearm is not something.
The firearm is put out for you. I could have sworn Georgia laws was staying on ground. That's what I thought.
So, ma'am, I'm gonna give you a moment, okay? To just take a breath so that we can have a conversation about this. So the standard ground is an affirmative defense. And that happens down the road. It doesn't happen at this stage.
Could possibly give me a belt. Anyway, could possibly just give me a belt. I have a little baby that really needs it. Please.
Okay, give me 1 second, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge Gardner.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know that we had to work today. I do apologize for that.
Well, I believe you may not have to work. If you're a full-time employee, you get a day off.
Oh, okay. But I'm only part-time, just assisting you you guys, and I didn't know that we had to work today. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Okay. Is everything going okay today so far?
Yes, it is, but everybody can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem. Let's see. Okay, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So I'm looking at your criminal history. You have a pretty extensive criminal history.
I don't have any convictions of it. You see the same situation occurring. I'm gonna beat it. I promise you, I know these are terrible charges, but when it's presented in front of the judge and a lawyer, they're gonna see the whole size of everything. I know I'm gonna beat it because of the simple fact that within the laws, it's not your own grounds laws. And without really going into detail about my situation, I was on my property. Without going into detail of the situation, self-defense. Without going into detail, what I would say, a gun was put up on me.
So, ma'am, you have a lot of assault-related arrests.
Do you see any conviction? Where's one conviction? I'm not
So,
just,
ma'am, at this stage, you're presumed innocent. My decision-making is whether you are a danger to the public.
yeah, I promise you, I'm not. I work hard. I just got my baby to still play. I'm not. I promise I'm not. I've been in Georgia for 5 years. You don't see anything in Georgia. You don't. Everything you see is in Maryland. And that was so long ago. Look at the date. And I don't have no conviction. All I do is take care of my baby. My baby really needs me.
So, ma'am, as I stated earlier, my chief concern is the discharging of a weapon.
I understand. The weapon.
There's a 2007 arrest for attempted murder.
2007. Yes. What was the disposition of that case? It was thrown out. And I
Ma'am,
talked about
ma'am, ma'am, ma'am.
the situation with that was okay.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna leave it the way that it is now. And I just need to tell you, you can't live your life this way.
Your Honor, please, so that I didn't see the days. I've been in Georgia for 5 years, okay? For 5 years, okay, Your Honor. Anything within 5 years, other than a shoplifting charge, as you can see, and marijuana. Other than that, there's nothing violent on my record in the state of Georgia, Your Honor. Please, I have a baby, please, Your Honor. She really needs me, Your Honor. I just got a place for my child. I'm working hard. My daughter's in the academy. I'm a good mother. Please, please, when I think of my child, please. I have someone who will put in my house. Please, when I think of my child, Your Honor, please, please.
So, ma'am, I'm gonna leave it the way that it is. Discharging a firearm is not acceptable in society. Okay, now, if there is a defense, there is a defense. Would you like me to see if you qualify? Well, I've already appointed a lawyer. But ma'am, I'm just not, my job is to make sure that the public as a whole is safe, and you're discharging firearms is not something that I believe to be a safe practice in society. So if there's not anything else, ma'am, you're free to go back. Okay, Ms. Pollard, ma'am, you're charged 1 count of criminal trespass. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision to stay away from an Andre Pollard. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And
sir.
he's going to have the same provision placed upon him. Would you like for me to, well, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
I mean, is there any way that bond could be unsecured since this is my first offense ever in life?
No.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Who do we have next? It's going to be Asha Smith or
Renata Smith.
Shanada Smith. Okay. Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of family violence battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? I'm sorry?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a BB Sanders. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Okay, ma'am, free to go back. You are Miss Asha Smith?
Yes.
Gardner.
Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of simple battery and 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. You're gonna have $4,000 bond set on the simple battery charge and a $1,500 bond set on the possession of marijuana less than an ounce. So that's gonna be a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes. Your Honor.
There's gonna also be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from an Alicia Thomas or Alicia Thomas. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Was there something you wanted to say?
Yes, it was like the same situation. It was the same situation that happened. I wasn't understanding how I went to jail and she didn't. If anything, she put her hands on me first and she went on the other side of the car as we were yelling in the car. And she the one who opened my door and told me to get the fuck out the car. I'm sorry, but that's her words. Get the fuck out the car or she'll beat my ass. But that's when I just said, I'm gonna get out her car because I'm.
Okay. Would you like for me to read the allegations to you?
I had the officer read it because I didn't know.
Okay. So I've
But
appointed a lawyer for you, ma'am, and the lawyer is the person to help you out of this. Okay. So tell everything you just told me to the lawyer so the lawyer can help you.
okay.
Is there any, is there,
I did not fire. Only thing I did was push, nothing else. And she pushed me.
ma'am, let me say this. No, let me just tell this to you. Speak to the lawyer about the facts because the lawyer can help you. Because when you say things like the only thing I did was push her, that gets you into the realm of being convicted. And this is over the internet. All of this stuff is public. So I've set you a bond, bond yourself out, talk to your lawyer. And the lawyer is the person that can help you with your charges. Okay. All right, ma'am. You're free to go back. Miss Soden? Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of battery and 1 count of criminal trespass. You're gonna have a $5,000 bond set on the battery charge and a $3,000 bond set on the criminal trespass. So that's gonna be a total bond of $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Okay. There's gonna be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tiana Boyd. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived once you bond out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay. You're free to go back, ma'am. And you are Miss Watley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you charge of 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, Your Honor.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a David Hayes. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me, well, Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, Your Honor, I have questions. Do you guys do signature bonds here? Because I have no family. Don't have any family.
We do not do signature bonds, but what I'll do, ma'am, is I'll reduce your bond to $1,500. Do you have any other questions? Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. All right, is that it for the ladies? And we can move on to the men.
Brown, one step.
Okay, are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, sir, you're charged with one count of terroristic threats or acts. I am not allowed to set bond for you on this offense because there's an indication that you're either on probation or parole. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from an Andre Ellsbury. Do you understand that?
Yes, you know how long it's gonna take for me to get a bond? How long before? they can-
So I cannot by law set a bond today. Doesn't mean you can't get a bond tomorrow. So it's going to be something that you're going to have to speak with your attorney about, to speak to the district attorney's office and try to see if they'll consent to a bond.
I don't know what the procedure is, that's why I'm asking.
No, it's
This is the first time I've been in this situation. So
been in what situation?
where I was had an offense where I wasn't able to get bond because of the probation. I'm on probation until next June. I'm finishing up a probation center, so yeah, I don't know what the procedures are coming.
So the statute is OCGA 17-10-1. And what that statute basically says is that any person that is on probation or parole has to have a hearing, is what the language that they use. And what that basically means is that the district attorney's office has to be involved. And so that's the position that you find yourself in.
So is there a time frame? That's what I'm asking.
As I stated earlier, if let's say you hire a lawyer today, and that lawyer is calling the district attorney's office tomorrow because today is a holiday. Theoretically, that lawyer can get them to consent to a bond where you're out.
Can you appoint me counsel? I don't have any. I'm disabled. I don't have any funds to hire a lawyer.
Do you want me to appoint a lawyer to represent you? Okay. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Mr. Brown, you're not in a position to, these are like children games. You should not be here. Okay. So I'm telling you where the law stands as it relates to bond on this felony offense. But sir, let me just say this. Life is to be lived and enjoyed, not to be sitting in a jail cell.
This is sober living residence. I've been there, I've been clean 18 and a half months. It's a sober living residence. Like, I don't see how this even, and then the officer told me I was being charged with simple battery, family violence. The sergeant told me at District 4, when he read the report, that I was being charged with family violence because of the statement. And then I get here to the jail to find out that I have a felony charge of terrorist threat. The officer cops the whole way and told me, he said, this is what I'm charged with. He told the sergeant at District 4. And I get here to find out that he charged me with terrorist threat.
So, Mr. Brown, let me kind of short this whole thing for you. Either you're around the wrong people or you're doing the wrong things. Okay? So either you find better people to be around or you stop doing wrong things.
All right.
I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Now,
Mr. Coward, sir, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property, having a tag that is expired or invalid, driving a vehicle without a proper license, improper or erratic lane change, and failure to maintain insurance. You're gonna have a $10,000 bond on the theft by receiving stolen property charge. That's a felony. You're gonna have a $500 bond on the tag charge. $500 bond on the license charge. $500 bond on improper erratic lane change, and $1,000 bond on failure to maintain insurance. So that's going to be a total bond of $12,500. You believe you can post that bond?
yes, I can post it today.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, or you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Coward?
Nope, the bond is what, 12,500?
Yes, sir. All right, you're free to go back.
Flores.
Mr. Flores, can you understand me, sir?
Yes.
You're gonna have you're charged with DUI, following too close, and license not on person. There's gonna be a $5,000 bond set on the DUI. There's gonna be a $500 bond set on following too close, and a $500 bond set on license not on person. That's gonna be a $6,000 total bond. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yeah.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
For a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I can have my own personal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, you hire your own lawyer. Do you have any questions of me?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, sir. You're free to go back.
Out.
Mr. Howell, sir, you're charged with driving a vehicle with no insurance and possession of a controlled substance, which is a felony. You're going to have a $1,500 bond set on the insurance charge. That's set by schedule. And you're going to have a $5,000 bond on the possession of the THC. So that's a total bond of $6,500. Do you believe you can post that?
Yes, sir. The arresting officer would let me know that if you was able to get in contact with my mother, that she could basically explain why the insurance was canceled or something like that. I wasn't too sure on that. And that was the only question I had. Because that's what he stated to me, that if I could get my mom to get in contact with you, or just like to let her know that what's going on, that maybe she could tell you why I was canceled or something like that. Because I got the car after I graduated, and I've had it ever since I was in college.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily work that way. Maybe he was saying just tell it to the judge. Okay, I'm not here to decide whether you're guilty or innocent. So as far as I'm concerned, I look at the charges, and if they technically fit, I set a bond. get you a lawyer so that you can begin fighting these charges. So that's something that you should tell your lawyer. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you have any other questions for me? Okay, sir, free to go back.
What did you say the bond was again?
$6,500.
Call.
Mr. Kaba, sir, you're charged with one count of loitering or prowling, one count of entering an automobile, one count of criminal trespass, one count of obstructing an officer, and one count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth. Your bond is going to be set at $1,000 for the loitering or prowling, $15,000 for entering an automobile, $3,000 for criminal trespass, $2,000 for obstructing an officer, and $2,000 for giving a false name, address, or date of birth. So that's going to be a total bond of $23,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Okay.
Mr. Lopez, can you understand me, sir? Okay. What I'm going to do, Mr. Lopez, I'm going to continue your case over to tomorrow so that I'm sorry.
Right now.
You want to proceed? You want to proceed now?
Yes.
Okay. So bond has been set already on your offenses. And it's going to be a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe? Okay.
No,
I'm sorry.
supposed to say it right now, no?
You go through a bonding company, like call a bonding company, or your family members can assist you. Either way. There's a date set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date goes away once you bond out, and you'll get a new date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, sir.
No,
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
no. Sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, sir. Give me 1 second.
Good afternoon.
Are you Mr. Madry?
Correct.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with hit and run, fleeing from a police officer, reckless driving, battery, simple battery on a police officer, obstruction of an officer, financial transaction card fraud, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. There's going to be a $3,000 bond set on the hit and run, a $5,000 bond set on the felony fleeing an officer, a $3,000 bond set on reckless driving, a $4,000 bond set on simple battery, a $2,000 bond set on obstruction of an officer, a $5,000 bond set on financial transaction card fraud, which is also a felony, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. So there's a total bond of $27,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, sir. Is there any way that I can have a reduction or anything?
No. Hold on.
I wasn't informed that it wasn't like the card that I was using. I was informed that I could use it. I'm sorry.
And that's something that you're gonna have to speak to your lawyer about, because what's in the warrant, it says that the person didn't know that you were using the car. So that becomes what they call an issue of fact. And that basically is what trials are for. Okay, so according to your criminal history, you have 5 cycles, which are interactions with the police. So what would be the purpose of reducing the bond?
Because of the counts that I was had interference with the police, I was found innocent. The only thing I was found guilty of was criminal trespass. I took a plea deal just so I could get out of jail because my grandmother was about to pass.
Okay, so Mr. Madre, the answer to your question is going to be no. Yeah.
Is there any way that I could have, like, my grandfather is in ICU with the corona? Is there any way that I can have, like, if he passes away, is there any way that I could go see him or something? I don't have enough money to buy that. I only have like $2,000 right now. I just paid for my grandmother's funeral.
So, I mean, I hear you. The question is, and there's no delicate way to ask the question, but what were you thinking? You saying about your grandfather. I mean, why weren't you at his side rather than running from the police? The allegations are that you're running from the police. So, and I asked that in a rhetorical fashion because I don't want you to answer it. I need you to speak to your lawyer, but it's going to say the way it is set. Okay.
I'm gonna tell the truth. I was ran because I had a warrant. That's my reason I ran.
I'm sorry, sir.
I only ran because I had a warrant.
Yeah. And the warrant, let's see. The warrants are written back in July of this year. So I'm just going to ask you to make better choices. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If I do, if I hire my own, will they replace it?
Yes. If I appoint a lawyer, you can hire your own lawyer and just tell the lawyer that's been appointed that you are discharging them of their services.
I can waive my extradition right now.
When you say waive extradition, you're saying waive your preliminary hearing?
I'm talking about extradition to Florida.
Right now, that's not on the table. It basically will come on the table once you are released or have the ability to be released. What I'll do is I'll make a note and I'll email someone in the fugitive squad that you want to waive extradition. But they don't normally come and speak to you until you're in that position where the warrant becomes an issue.
Can you set up a bond reduction hearing?
I'm sorry.
You can set up a bond reduction hearing.
So you're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 25th. You're going to have a bond hearing date set for October 29th. Anywhere between today and those hearings, your lawyer can get with the district attorney's office and try to negotiate a consent bond, basically. You should also try to hire a lawyer to represent you on whatever is pending in Florida, because I've had situations where the requesting jurisdiction, it was a person in Tampa. They hired a lawyer got him a bond. And so they sent the bond up to us. It's like, okay, cool, you're out.
Oh, that's fine. Appreciate it.
Did you want me to appoint you a lawyer? You said that you may hire your own.
I don't have enough money right now, though.
I'm sorry, sir.
I don't have enough money to bond out, so I don't know if I have enough money to hire a lawyer, but if I do, I don't know.
Do you want me to appoint a lawyer to represent you?
Yeah.
Okay. You qualify, Mr. Madre. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. All right, sir. You're free to go back.
Yeah.
Mr. McNair, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving on a suspended license, 1 count of no insurance, and 1 count of following too close. You're going to have a $1,500 bond set on the driving on suspended license charge. You're going to have a $1,000 bond set on the no insurance and $500 for driving too close. So that's a total bond of $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
One question. My mother has pre-onset Alzheimer's and dementia, and I'm her caregiver. And I was wondering if you could possibly reduce the bond a little bit just so that I could get out quicker. I have enough money to post, not quite 3,000, but I do have some money to post bond. And I know they said it takes a few days, and you know, she leaves eyes on, she leaves the oven on. I mean, you know how that stuff goes. I'm just asking for leniency from the court. If not, I appreciate it.
I'll reduce the driving on suspended license to $1,000.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. McNair, if you're taking care of your mother, you have to take care of yourself also.
True.
All right, you're free to go back, sir.
Miller.
Sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Not today, sir.
Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Yvonne Jones. Do you understand that? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, free to go back.
Miranda. Antonio.
Mr. Miranda, can you understand me, sir?
No, he can't go, sir.
Okay. Mr. Miranda, I'm going to continue your case over to tomorrow so that an interpreter will be available. You have bonds that are set on these offenses. So you could bond out today. But I don't want you to be in a situation where you're not comfortable. So I'll just reset your case to tomorrow, okay? All right, Mr. Miranda can go back.
Hold it.
Mr. Pollard, sir, you're charged with one count of battery. The bond's been set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? I'm sorry, sir.
Can I get a little reduced on it, please, sir? Because of the nature of the fact what happened, if possible.
Okay.
It was
Hold on, Mr. Pollard. Give me 1 second. The question on the table right now is, can you post this bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we're going to have a discussion after I tell you the stuff I need. I'm obligated to tell you, okay? There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Melissa Pollard. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, what was your question or statement?
I was asking you based on my situation and the officer's judgment towards the situation. I was just asking if it is, I can get a release, a lower bond, and also I can sort it out this evening here, sir. If not, I just go ahead with your decision.
Yeah, so for battery offenses, I pretty much set the bond at $5,000.
Okay.
And this is the reason. As an adult, you have control over what you do or you do not do. And sometimes half of my calendar is people putting their hands on other people or doing other things. So the idea behind it is, as an adult, it's okay to disagree with somebody. But once you get into the physical realm, like the young lady earlier of shooting a gun, once you get into that, you've crossed over the line. So I'm going to keep it the way that it is. Mr. Pollard,
Okay, sir.
do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Okay.
Simmons.
Okay, Mr. Simmons, sir. You've been charged with everything under the sun for, I have no reason why. But I've set bond on everything except for the trafficking of methamphetamine because I am by law not authorized to set bond at this first hearing. So there's a $500 bond for distracted driving, a $1,500 bond for driving on suspended or revoked license, a $500 bond for knowingly driving a vehicle with a suspended registration, $1,000 bond for no insurance. I can't set bond on the trafficking and methamphetamine charge. I set a $5,000 bond for the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. For each count, a $1,500 bond for use or possession of drug-related objects, another violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act charge. I set the bond at $5,000. And the last violation of Georgia Controlled Substance bond, I set the bond at $5,000. So for the offenses that I've set bond, it's total bond of $24,500. The trafficking in methamphetamine is something that the district attorney's office can agree to a consent bond. But I can't do that. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for October 29th at 8:30. I'm sorry. That's the bond hearing date for October 29th at 8:30 in the morning. I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. I think I have a paid attorney, but I'm not sure. But yeah, you can go ahead and check this.
Okay, so I will appoint a lawyer to represent you, and if you go with the privately retained lawyer, you just let the appointed lawyer know that you don't need their services.
Okay.
Your let's see. Do you have any questions of me?
So the earliest I would have a bond for the trafficking will be October 29th.
That's going to be the next hearing.
If possible.
But your lawyer can speak to the district attorney's office and they can, if they can agree, can consent to a bond for you to be released. Okay. Anything else, sir?
Thanks, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Smell. Put your hands on the wall. Step back.
Mr. Smith, sir, you're charged with 1 count of loitering and prowling. The bond is set by schedule at $1,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, and courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Williams. Sir, you're charged 1 count of simple battery, 1 count of simple assault, and 1 count of criminal trespass. It's going to be a $4,000 bond on the simple battery, a $3,000 bond on simple assault, and a $3,000 bond on criminal trespass. That's going to leave a total bond of $10,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, a stay away from a Brandon Davis. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Please.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. All right, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Woods. Sir, you're charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of reckless conduct, and 1 count of discharging a firearm near a highway. Bond is going to be denied on the 2 aggravated assault charges. There's going to be a $5,000 bond set on reckless conduct and a $5,000 bond set on discharging firearm near a highway. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Floyd Tate. Do you understand that?
Yes. So I can't bond up?
Not right, no. And we'll have a discussion in a second. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date, you're going to also have a bond hearing date set for October 29th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, I'm trying to understand, so I gotta wait till October to burn up? Yeah, that's the question.
Unless your lawyer can negotiate something. So I understand that you're going to hire your own lawyer. Is that correct?
I mean, you can find one for me.
Oh. Okay, I'll appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me, Mr. Woods?
I'm just trying to see when can I bond up? Is it to October or the date you just told me?
Okay. So between now and the bond hearing date or the preliminary hearing date, which is October 25th, your lawyer can negotiate a consent bond with the district attorney's office. There's like I said to the young lady, my concern on aggravated assault charges is the discharging of a firearm. And that most often leads to murder charges. So for me, it's not, that's not something I'm gonna condone. So between now and those dates that I mentioned, your lawyer can negotiate with the district attorney's office to get your release.
Okay.
Any other questions, sir?
No, that's it.
Okay, you're free to go back.
That's the last one, Your Honor.
Thank you. I hope that you're able to enjoy your Labor Day.
We will do our best, Your Honor. Same to you. And let the young lady know that we heard she came on, but she didn't know it was live.
We appreciate her company.
Yeah. Enjoy her day off.
Oh, yes. Okay, enjoy yourselves. Have a good day.